We will be starting to sing in 2 minutes, so if you could please make your way inside, it would be great. Let's take our booklets and turn to number 4. Number 4. Know me nearer, still nearer, close to thy heart. Draw me, my Savior, so precious thou art. Fold me, oh, fold me close to thy breast. Shelter me safe in that haven of rest. Shelter me safe in that haven of rest. Nearer, still nearer, nothing I bring, not as an offering to Jesus my King, only my sinful, now contrite And number 11. Number 11. No so, how I praise thee, precious Savior, that thy love laid hold on me. Thou hast saved and cleansed and filled me, that I might thy channel be. Channels only, blessed Master, but with all thy wondrous power flowing through us, thou canst use us every day and every hour. Empty that thou shouldest fill me, a clean vessel in thy hand, with no power but as thou givest graciously with each command. Channels only, blessed Master, but with all thy wondrous power flowing through us, thou canst use us every day and every hour. Witnessing thy power to save me, setting free from self and sin, thou who boughtest to possess me, in thy fullness, Lord, come in. Channels only, blessed Master, but with all thy wondrous power flowing through us, thou canst use us every day and every hour. Jesus, fill now with thy Spirit hearts that full surrender know, that the streams of living water from our inner man may flow. Channels only, blessed Master, but with all thy wondrous power flowing through us, thou canst use us every day and every hour. Number 19. 19. Know me, come thou fount of every blessing, tune my heart to sing thy grace. Streams of mercy never ceasing, call for songs of loudest praise. Teach me some melodious sonnet, sung by flaming tongues above. Pray
Thank you for the singing. Okay, we will have a series or number of family items here now next. So there's three different families that have prepared an item. And so basically we have asked the families to share what they want. And so I'm not sure what it'll be. I trust it's going to be a blessed time. So we have three families this afternoon that will come up and share what they have prepared. So just quickly checking here. We will have Peter and Florence Weeb next. And then after that, the Gerald Panner family. And after Gerald Panner family, it's the Isaac Martins family. So just come up in that order, take your time. And after that, there's going to be more announcements. Thank you.
Okay, good afternoon. Here we are. I don't know if all of you know us, but Pastor Ronald introduced us already. You know who we are by now. We have a little talk or skit, whatever we want to call it, and we hope we can be a blessing to you with it. I hope you can learn the lesson that we are expecting to learn of it. Words can be harsh, and words do a deep cut sometimes. Okay, we'll start.
You've probably heard it said about someone that they're carrying a lot of baggage. This baggage we get from other people. When someone says or does something to us that hurts us, and we dwell on these things, that's what we call baggage. We start collecting baggage when we are small children.
There you are.
Yes, here I am. Hi.
I have to talk to you for a bit.
Okay, I'm listening.
You know how we had planned to build that treehouse?
Oh, I love building tree houses.
Well, here's the thing. You won't be able to help.
Why not?
I don't want to tell you.
Yes, I want to know. Tell me.
Well, my friends and I talked and, well,
Okay.
you're too fat.
What did you say?
Yeah, you're so fat that the tree will break down.
I'm not fat.
Oh, yes, you are.
No, Mom says I just have big bones.
Elephants have big bones. You're fat.
No, Mom says I'm just a little thick.
Butter is thick. You're fat.
No, Mom said I lost weight.
Well, it looks like you found it again.
No, my mom says I'm just a little bit different.
Your mom says you're a little bit different.
Yep, I'm just a little bit different.
Well, then you should go back where you came from. I have to go now. Bye.
One of the biggest lies we can tell our children is that words don't hurt you. Words can be extremely painful. They cut deep like a knife. When we take the mean words that others have spoken to us, then we start collecting baggage. Listen, we can't find our identity in what others say to us. We can only find it in our relationship with Jesus Christ. Our life doesn't get easier. It seems like it gets harder and harder as we get older. Sometimes we take baggage from people that are close to us. Sometimes even from our best friend.
Hello. Yes, I know. We haven't spoken for like 3 hours already, and it feels like 5 minutes. I know. I feel like we have known each other for a long time. It's like we have this connection. You know what I mean? Always. Sure, Shelley, I feel like I need to tell you something I haven't told anyone in a long time. I feel like you're my density. Yes. No, sorry. I mean my destiny. Yes, that's what I meant. Hey, here he is. I gotta go. Bye. Hey, friend. How's it going today?
Fine. With whom are you talking?
My mom.
Your mom is your destiny?
Well, yeah. She raised me, and she did a pretty good job of it, too.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought I heard you call her Shelley.
That's her middle name.
Your mom's name is Kelly Shelley?
Well, yeah, that's her middle name. And yeah, I know when she was small, she often was badly treated by the school children. And now I like to call her from time to time to encourage her and show her love. That's a good thing to do. You know how it is.
Well, whatever. Did you talk to my Shelley?
Yeah. Yes, I did.
Okay, and?
She isn't your Shelley anymore. We started talking, and it's just like we clicked. We talked for hours, and I felt like there was the connection. It happened, you know.
What in the world? No. We were supposed to be best friends.
Well, I am. Don't let this girl come between us.
This has nothing to do with me. This is something you have done. You knew very well since we were small that I liked her.
Well, we have been friends since we were small. And you know what we always said? Best friends forever.
Well, from this moment on, forever has become a lot shorter.
No, don't do this.
You know what? This is not my problem. This is your problem. This is something you have done. We were supposed to be best friends. Then our friends. They're just trying to get through life. They try, but they also make mistakes. When they do, we can make a decision. Either we forgive them, or we decide to take another bag. The funny thing about this baggage is we don't need help collecting it. We can do it alone, just all by ourselves. If we compare ourselves with others, we might think, they have so many friends, or they are way more talented than I am, or they're so good looking and I'm not. I'm good for nothing. When we believe these lies, what we do then is we take more baggage. Maybe we think, look at those people. They have made it. They don't even need to try. I've worked so hard, and I still don't get anywhere. I will never make it in life. If we believe this, what we do then is we take more baggage. Sometimes we get baggage from people who love us. They don't know what they say cuts like a knife.
Hi, son.
Hey, Mom.
So, I read a note from your teacher that was on a pile of your homework. And to be honest, I'm very disappointed. Like, seriously? You failed your last 5 math tests?
I'm sorry, Mom. I tried my best. Honest, I did.
Well, it looks like that just isn't good enough.
But I've tried my best, but the test just seemed to get harder.
Stop blaming the test. I've always known that you are a hard learner, and this just proves it again. Your father has worked so hard for you to have a good education, but now it doesn't even look like you will ever graduate.
Then our parents, they don't mean to hurt us, but they have their own baggage. And if they haven't cleaned it up, what happens then is it gets passed on to us. That is when we need to find our identity in Christ. Because if we don't, we just take more baggage. It starts to get uncomfortable, and what happens then is that we try to push our baggage onto those that we love, but it never works.
Hey, can I ask you something?
What are you doing in my room?
I just want to ask you something.
What do you need?
Could my friends and could you take us to school? It's really cold today and I don't feel like taking my bike. What? What's so funny?
Are you really asking me to do that?
Yeah, you have a problem with that?
There's something you need to know. I don't like you and your bunch of silly girlfriends. And another thing, if my friends see me with you, they will know we're siblings, and then I'll lose my popularity. So I don't care if you have to crawl or walk or run. I'm not taking you to school.
You know, it's not my problem that Dad passed away. Why are you always taking it out on me?
What did you say?
You know what I mean.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not. You're just sorry that I'm right. I'm getting my bike.
I said I'm sorry.
I said I'm getting my bike.
Seriously? The funny thing about trying to put our baggage onto others is that we just add more baggage to ourselves. Then there's that bag. My sin. My hidden sin. I have it all under control. There's no problem here. But if I'm honest with myself, most of the time, these bags have me under control. That is when I have to think on the words that Jesus says, I am come that they might have life and that they might have it more abundantly. This sure doesn't feel like an abundant, fulfilling life. I can hardly walk and I'm almost falling down. I also think on other words that Jesus says, come unto me, all ye that are labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. This is what I want. This is what I need. Father, I come to you. Father, if you are willing, take this baggage from me. I am tired of carrying it. I can't go on like this any farther. Take it from me. You know what? God takes it all.
Okay, well, good afternoon, everybody. We were asked to bring a family item here, and that's what we'll try to do. Nothing very special, but anyhow, we are parents. We brought up a family too, just like many of you guys did. And the way all of us know, it's not always easy to bring up children. There can be a lot of things coming our way that tempt us, or that can bring us to our knees. And but God is always there to help us through everything we have to face. And I think at this time, if a family could come up already, and then we'll go from there. We believe we have a wonderful family, and that doesn't matter what you think about it, but that's what we believe. And we're very grateful for everyone that is in our family. It has actually already more than doubled from where we started off. And that we have a family that we have has very little to do with us as parents. Yes, it has to do a little part of it, because if we weren't here, then the family wouldn't be here either. So in that sense, it has to do with us. But it's not all the good things that we have done. There's a lot of things that we didn't do, we should have done, and a lot of things that we have done that we shouldn't have done. Many mistakes along our way, and now after all, it looks like we have a good family. Still, I believe it is so. But it has to do with our Heavenly Father, God. He filled the gaps that we missed. And He can make a good thing of something that is just very barely start to burn. And we are very grateful for that, the way God has brought us this far. And not only that, it also has come a lot out of this IMF church, where our children have grown up for the most part of their life. So the surroundings in this church has been very good for them. And therefore, there's a lot of credit to you, all our members in this church and friends that are around us here. So that all together, that brings up for a good family, I believe. And this is only part of our family. The one family is sick at home, couldn't be here, and the others are home in Georgia, States, so they aren't here either. But still, these are all our children. So now that you've seen us here, I think I'd like to let the children go down again, and then we as adults will talk a little bit more. When it said the family item, we had to come up with something. And we thought we would share a little bit of how we learned our children to work, or how they learned to work, or how we work together as a family. So we'll see if we can share something that will make a little bit of sense and that will encourage you. So, children or guys, or how should I name you? Youngest. What is in your mind when you think back of how you started to learn working or things like that? What do you like to tell these people that they know what is good to practice?
For some reason, our firstborn was born to inexperienced parents. And he was 4 weeks old when he rolled down from the table onto a hard bench, and before he was on the floor, his dad catched him, and after that started the child training and teaching.
Okay, well, he isn't here today, so I can say anything I want to about him. No, the question was, how do we learn to work? I don't know. One way my mind goes is I like to go swimming. And when we still lived in Belize, then we would, especially me and Lorne, we'd go swimming a lot. Almost every afternoon, we'd run off to the pond in the back and go swimming. Well, one thing that I was taught was work before play. And so sometimes that meant feeding the chickens before I could go swimming. At that time, I think we had 8,000 birds or 5,000, I can't remember what it was. We eventually had more than that, but when we still fed them by hand and pail, and that was a lot of work. Anyways, one day we came home from school, we decided we wanted to go swimming after school, but we knew we had to feed the chickens. And so 4 of us guys jumped on one bike and raced home from school as fast as we could go. And you have one guy sitting on the steering handlebars, and one on the other bar, and one on the seat, and one behind the seat. And you just give it all you got and hope you make it home alive. It's all worth it for a swim. And so we had to feed the chickens first, so we hauled feed as fast as we could, and by the time we would usually come home from school, we had fed the chickens, and we were off to the pond. And so I don't know where I learned that, but somewhere down the line, my dad must have told me or taught me how to work. And so that's one story.
One thing I remember about learning to work, I don't have very specific memories of a lot of things. I just know it was my job most Saturdays to sweep the floor and wash it. So
that's a lot better than me having to clean the toilets.
Yeah, always happy I didn't need to do that job.
Mas betaald weer.
Anyhow,
way past that.
So I remember I was working and trying to get the floor swept when I remember a number of times my mom would tell me that the floor had to actually touch the floor in order to sweep. So I think there must have been some room for improvement. But that wasn't all in vain. Even nowadays, sometimes
your broom sometimes almost touched the ceiling.
Oh.
So then no floor got swept.
Yeah. Even nowadays, sometimes I go to other people's places and I'll sweep their house. So I still know how to sweep.
Anybody looking for some help?
In fact, just the other day, as I was sweeping somewhere else in somebody else's home, I had a pile of garbage swept together and some other stuff, and there was, I think it must have been some nails or screws mixed in with it, and so whatever. I didn't all want it in the same trash can. Oh, it's probably some nuts or bolts that I still wanted to keep. So I took the broom and I just swished it just above the pile, and all the dust flew away, and I could gather the things I needed together. So there's exceptions to that one rule there, to always touch the floor.
Delmer was talking about swimming, and reminds me that no uppe wat Emma mine allerbreide did, and I heard say that they went swimming 3 times a day. So one summer I tried doing that, and that amongst weeding the garden, which was mostly my job, there wasn't much room to do anything else in the day other than be in the water. But I used to go swimming for, I think it was almost an entire summer. I swam 3 times a day in the Icelandic River.
Sounds like you needed more job.
No wonder there's not weeds in that area of the river.
I was going to say the garden must have been too close to the river, but...
Well, this sounds like I didn't do anything, but
yeah, by the time you came along, there wasn't much left to do.
But washing dishes was something that never ended, and it still hasn't. But
That's because we would always take the clean dishes and put them at the dirty side again.
yeah, dude, right. Anyways, so I hated washing dishes, and it was usually piles of dishes.
Probably still do.
And that's true. And so I'm sure I complained, and anyways, I definitely dragged through them and took my time and was very slow. Ein dag har mam ganske nu gehad. En han zei ze, nu kast je afwassen, but hier is shine yet. And but is up here met grunts de Eva. So I got the job of washing dishes. I don't know if did that take a week or 2 weeks or how long. Anyways, I had to wash dishes until I liked washing dishes. Somewhere along the way, I must have lost that like because I don't like it anymore. But anyways, that was one thing. Bij Delmer, they must know how much spelen. Hij gelooft dat we in een zin spelen, want de spel kwam rein ganz vol griezen, reine tijd gegeven. Hij dan allemaal spelen.
That's pretty much it.
Ik wil een keer samen afwassen aan, want dat wil ik gaan aanspelen aan wieder.
Other things that we have done together is we cleaned house. And that was maybe mostly in between Christmas and New Year's when school was out and most jobs were kind of closed off for that time being. And that was the time to clean our house. And we cleaned house for about 2-3 days straight through. And then our whole house was cleaned. And what was the result of that?
Bowling.
Yeah, we'd go bowling usually after that to celebrate.
And
We'd
that
also
we
go out
did.
for supper.
What?
We'd also go out for supper, right?
Yeah, sometimes we did that too.
And we did that practically till when? Like
Probably
we were,
till I got married.
Yeah, like all the way up until we were good old adults. Another thing about the washing dishes part is when acting no kom, dan kost u fertig maken. And that worked really well.
Yeah, that house cleaning that Dad talked about. Not everything is good about that idea that he just had there. Because all year long you can look forward to Christmas, but what's tied to Christmas is cleaning house. And that wasn't all that fun. But the bowling part was a lot of fun. We went bowling for a number of years. After house cleaning, we'd go bowling, go out for supper. So that was good. And then working together, the family obviously is healthy in its own way.
Okay, I think that's it for now. Our time is up, and whatever you make out of this.
Good afternoon. Ja, wir haben al eine gesehene Zeit gehad, eine schöne Zeit. In ieder geval so we waren nach door wat touwdown, we een paar letters zingen en dan hingen dort waar we dan met mettalen.
Das Meer und heut der Wind, halt fest an Jesu. Er bleibt stets bei seinem Kind. Halt fest an Jesu. Halt fest an Jesu. Trau seiner Gnade. In Nacht Gefahr, in Not und Tod. Halt fest an Jesu. Dort schläft der Herr in Sturmsgefahr, trotz Wind und Wetter. Helfer, so schreit der Jüngerschar, sei unser Retter. Halt fest an Jesu, trau seiner Gnade. In Nacht Gefahr, in Not und Tod, halt fest an Jesu. Da steht auf, droht das Meer, und gleich wird Stille, und Frühlingszeit ringsumher, wie es sein Wille. Halt fest an Jesu, trau seiner Gnade. In Nacht Gefahr, in Not und Tod, halt fest an Jesu. Wenn nun auch Sturm und Leid mir droht, auf meinen Wegen, der Herr ist nah, drum hat's nicht Not, sein Gang bringt Segen. Halt fest an Jesu, trau seiner Gnade. In Nacht Gefahr, in Not und Tod, halt fest an Jesu.
Ja, wir sind ook sehr dankbar für unsere Familie und auch für die Gemeinde. Ja, wir wären in Bolivien auch zum Glauben gekommen. Wir kamen 2013 mal hierhin. Aber ich sage immer, dass wir von vielen Wegen eine große Heilung und auch wir haben sehr viel gelernt, dass wir Dinge eben ganz unterwegs können tun. Und ja, besonders die letzten 2 Jahre, wir sind sehr dankbar für körperliche Heilung, auch für geistlich. So, ja, und uns allein, als es auch zu sein von da, wo wir kommen, wo wir von Deutschland aus sind, dass Gott seine Gnade sehr groß ist. Ich sage sie sehr dankbar dafür. Und ja, ich würde dir einen Mut merken, wenn du vielleicht sitzt von einem anderen Lied, wo du noch hin warst, oder ja, du früher vielmals dann kriegt einer der andere Lied sind all viel wieder am Weg. Und ja, da mut ich wieder und Gott weiß, was uns fehlt. Dort ist der beste Ding, aber einer Kampf wieder, wenn einer sich um Gott holen wird. So, ja, wir kriegen mutig fertig und ich wünsche dir auch Mut an.
Ja, wenn es gefragt wird, mit von Family zu vertalen, als wenn eine Familie wählig ist und nicht rebellisch ist und Freude ist beizuführen und in Einigkeit, dann schafft das viel einfach gern. Da bin ich sehr dankbar für. Und ich terugkijk in 2010, wenn ich zum Glauben kam, wo ich dann al meest allemaal gelijk in mijn leven een beetje speeltjes in de fub had. En ik van deel kijk, wat Jezus ons vergeeft heeft en zo'n fijne familie gegeven heeft. Dus ben ik zo dankbaar voor die familie. En hier kunnen we van jou zijn met de familie Taub. Dat is einfach een grote zegen. En ja, dat is niet dat dan alles leicht gaat. Ik wil een klein beetje vertalen van 2 Monate 3 van ongeveer wat. Dus het Neufhäuser sagt dat wir haben nicht bloß mit Fleisch und Blut zu kämpfen, aber mit Gewalt, die böse Geister von der Himmelswelt. Und da wird ein Augenblick, das dort an mich ankommt, da wird von der böse Geister sein. Und das wird ein ganzer Draht, das fängt an zu drehen. Eine ganz Gewalt, die düstere Macht, was mir versucht, unterzukriegen. Da werden sie es Wahlen haben und drei von rundum versuchten mir durchzukriegen. Von einer Seite und von der anderen Seite. Und das hielt nicht ab, nicht Tag und Nacht. Ich habe die ersten 2 Wochen viele nach in 2 Stunden geschlafen, und nach bald 2 Stunden. Die ersten 2 Wochen, ich dachte, ich würde abgeben machen. Aber was ich hier sagen will, das ist, dass Gott seine Kraft braucht, bin ich abgeben. Die Kraft, den Geist, was wir kriegen haben, der ich den ja wir überwinden, krachen down zu Wort kommt. Da wird von ungefähr 2 Wochen, ich sage das an, aus einem sehr, was muss ich sagen, ein Fluch, was an mich ankommt. Wenn ich anfange zu danken, für dort, wenn ich sage, die Bibel war mir viel wichtiger, Familie war mir wichtiger, die werden Dinge, was mir viel mehr wird, als dort hier abgehört. Was mir bald nu wird, viel wird gewesen. Und ich anfange Gott zu danken für dort, wo er mich lehrt und dort ich am kann besser kennenlernen. Dann fängt dort an, wieder wach zu gehen. Aber so, wenn ich sage, in der ganz schweren Zeit wird, dass ich so viel eine abgeben, eine untergehen. Und dann habe ich habe viel Gebet, viel Bibelversen gelesen. En sehr großer Hunger gekriegt, nur nicht die Gerechtigkeit. Und dann fängt Gott an zu danken, dass er mir die Übung hat geistlich aufgemerkt. Dann ein Tag, wenn ich beten würde, der Stamm, was ich dann hier, der hier ich bis in Hort, der sieht es das, die durch nicht. So alles, was er sieht. Und dort hat er mir Kraft und Mut, die das zu überwinden. Wo ich bin, wie wat an mij aankomt, dat we een ganz geweldige diestre macht. En waar wat ik doe met mijn wil, we brücken nicht abgeben. Dat Gott seine Kraft kraken doet, wo we aantreffen. Wo we kan bestaan. Want ik dat volk niet opbreken, niet ondergaan. Ik freue mich für meine Frau, wat ik had, die heeft mij zeer geholpen in de stad. En ook samen van de Deiner, wo ich sehr dankbar für sie, dort ich so weit bin, ich sage, das Schlimmste ist noch nicht heil. Die Zeiten kommen, die Wahlen kommen bei uns, aber mit Gott seine Gnade kann ich überkommen. Die 2 Wochen ich anwählen, ich sage, ich anfange Gott zu danken, dann wird es leichter. Ich habe den Bibelvers nicht, aber das sage ich so, Gott wird du noch sein von der Ritte kommen, von, ich weiß nicht, was ich gerade sage, aber von der, so dort wie dort drehen werden kann. Und wenn ich sage, ich anfange zu danken, wo ich bin, wie nicht dort aus dem Fluch ansage, was Gott mir lehren will, dann fängt es an leichter zu werden. Und nur 2 Wochen von ungefähr habe ich frisch, dass ich eine Stamm hier nur den letzten Sinn und dann wenn ich abbüge, jetzt nu gerade eine Weg 3. Fängt dat de Rot war an te drehen, de Eierachtigkeit, de diestre Macht mitten abwehren. Krijgt so fängt dat Leute an, die bloß in Hort hirig dat waren. Sie bloß Hand an Hand mit Jesus. Dan wird dat andere war wieder wach so. Dus ich sehr dankbar für. Ich mag jeder einen Mut zu sprechen, nicht abgeben. Mit Gott ja wieder. Mit Jesus Christus, der in uns angefangen hat, der wird auch vor ihm.
Yes, that's a blessing to know that God is real. We're not in anything on our own, what we face in our day-to-day lives. Okay, there's not much for announcements here. We are going to, some of you may have noticed, there's some bouncy set up just behind the school. And we are going to, I guess we're trying it for the first time, we're going to let ages 4 through 8 spend some time playing there. I'll be looking for at least 6 adult volunteers that are willing to supervise. And Byron, where are you at? You can come up and give instructions for the activities. Basically at 4:20, I'm going to sound the air horn again. Basically at that point, giving you 10 minutes to get back into the tent. Okay, we're setting up a lost and found station on that table just inside the tent where we walk in. Someone has lost a Bible with a phone inside, a black leather Bible cover, Bible case. And so that or anything else that you see lying around, if we just put it on that table, then people know where to look if they lose something. Oh, and as far as the volunteers that are needed to help supervise the younger children, I'm going to be meeting you out there behind the school once we move out.
Okay, for recreation this afternoon, we will be playing 3 different sports, so you get to choose what you want to do. And so we really want this to not be just youth playing. We are hoping that a lot of parents and moms are playing. That would add to the game. That's been our intention here in planning this. So you get to choose whether you want to play soccer, baseball, or volleyball. And here's how it's going to work. Once we dismiss from here, you'll go out there to whichever game that you want to play. If you want to play soccer, that's open to all ages. There's a soccer field up along the north side of the playground. And Freddie and Clayton will be leading that. They will be making teams and getting that going. If you want to play baseball, then you'll head over to this nearest backstop here next to the cemetery. And Justin and Kenley will be leading that. That will be open to anyone ages 12 and older. And if you want to play volleyball, then you'll head over to the volleyball courts. And Jasper and John will be leading that. And that is open to anyone ages 14 and older. So you can choose which game you want to play. And again, we really encourage parents to participate. The younger children will largely be kept busy over at the bouncy castles. And so that's that. We would like if you could get out there so that teams can be made. We will, from when we dismiss here, we'll give 10 minutes. And then they will make teams. If you don't want to play the entire 2 hours or what it is, then you could come there now and get started with the teams, and you could leave when you want to then. That way we can get the team started at the beginning. Does that make sense? So you get to choose what you want to play, and everyone should have something to participate in. If you are such that you would much rather prefer to watch, well then take your chairs over that way and to any of the 3 places and watch the game there. Okay, so I think the time right now is 2:32. So we will give you 10 minutes and then to get out there. And then the guys will start numbering off the games, and they will also get them going there. You have some more?
As far as the age for who is allowed to go into the bouncies, I said 4 to 8. I would say that 2 or 3 year olds, if you as parents want to come and look at it and say that's a place for your children, gladly. We're not trying to exclude. It's focused toward the younger children. And if that whole group is is small enough, then if 9-year-olds want to come and check out what's happening and maybe get a chance at it too. I'm not going to promise anything. There might be a big crowd of children already, but I'm just saying it's not a very tight age group. Obviously, weight would make a bigger difference, but yeah, just basically loosening up what I said before. It's as parents, gladly come by and check to see what your children are doing there as well.
Yeah, and the children that are just above the age for the bouncy castles, come play soccer. That's where you will find your home, and you will enjoy that. And that is also open again to all ages. All right, I've said enough, so let's move. Whoa. With the mic together, let's move over that way, and then we'll get started in 10 minutes.